Hi, this is Alken. Welcome back to my channel. Um, got an interesting story from The Hill. It's the former RNC chairman Michael Steele. He's complaining about Judge Cannon, like the other rhino imbeciles and the Democrats that trying to force her off the case. So let's get to it and see what's going on. This is from Lauren Saforza on the Hill, or the Hill, whatever it is you like to call it. It's a Democrat publication anyway. Former Republican National Committee leader Michael Steele said, the judge overseeing the former President Trump's classification documentation case is putting the prosecution on trial. Why not? You want to put Trump on trial? Why not? It's so much fun. Steele slams Judge Aileen Cannon. Why can't we slam Steele instead? You know, he's much more durable than iron. Who is overseeing the classified documentation case for handling the pretrial motion slowly and for being biased toward the prosecution on MSNBC Inside with Jen Psaki, another crony. He referred to the New York Times report last week that said two of Cannon's colleagues urged her to pass off on the case, two rhino imbeciles, suggesting it might be better for the case to be heard in the Miami courtroom. Well, we're sorry, but that's not what happened. Since then, as the Times put it, she has exhibited hostility to the prosecutors. Oh, I'm sorry. You took too long. You had a Democrat judge waiting in the wings. You took too long, and that's what you got. Shut the fuck up. Thank you. Handle pretrial motion slowly and indefinitely postponing the trial. So is the other judges. It's almost as those judges who encouraged her to decline this case knew how all this would play out, he said. Yeah, just like I could predict that the San Andreas Fall is about to go off in 2 seconds, right? Idiot. In fact, Judge Cannon has proven herself to be so biased into Trump's favor, she effectively put the prosecution on trial, he added. No, she's taking her time because she wants to make sure that she gets through this case with all the T's crossed and the I dotted all in the right places so she don't get reversed like some of these idiots had done. And remember the Enron case has numerous errors, and that judge is already being under investigation. So there's no rush here. This bullshit about rushing. No, that's for the defendant, not for the prosecution. Speedy trial is only for the defendant. He didn't ask for a speedy trial. So Cannon has indefinitely postponed the classified document trial, making it unlikely to go forward before November's election. Well, because, the Supreme Court is holding stuff up too, Steele mentioned a 3-day hearing in the case that began Friday to discuss unresolved legal issues in the case. Trump's team argued Friday that Special Prosecutor Jack Smith was illegally appointed and that the case should be dismissed, according to the Associated Press. She could have dismissed the case, but she hadn't done that. So, these guys should shut the fuck up, because the more you keep bugging her about it, she could just end the case anytime she wants to. You capiche? She's not doing that. If she ends the case right now, then they're going to be shitting in their pants, yelling and screaming. Oh, we need so many diapers here that we're going to have to take some of Joe Biden's diapers away for our situation. Shut the fuck up. Remember, this judge has got so many complaints at one time that her bosses had enough with these jokers. they told the law clerk not to accept any more complaints. So, you know, her bosses are onto this. They know that the Democrats and the Republican rhinos are behind some of this bullshit. You know, you know. The thing is, you still got the other cases that are not going through. You only had one case that went through, and that's the Alan Bragg's case, and it makes me sick as a dog just thinking about it. So, according to the Associated Press, Steele describes the argument as a long shot challenge that would have likely been tossed by another judge, adding that it was without basis in law and was without precedent. You know, this guy is not a court person. He's full of shit. I don't give a shit about him. And he's on TV all the time. You know, we don't need the crude lawyer bullshit from these people. But apparently, Judge Cannon has just had a hearing about it. The last delay tactic from a judge who wasted countless months of frivolous motions. She has all but refused to allow Trump case to go through trial and still hasn't even set a date for the trial to begin, he said. You know, because they were still waiting for the decision from the Supreme Court as well. This is not the only case that's delayed. You had the Fulton case still delayed. You still have the DC case still delayed. And it's not because of the judge. So, you know, Steele should shut the fuck up. I'm sick of his ass. You know, Bullethead should shut the fuck up. I'm going to curse him out because that's what he is, an asshole. So, when it comes to help Trump in getting from the bench right now, that's Exhibit 8, he says. You know, if I was her boss, I would go down to where Steele is, sit him down, and explain to him not only what an asshole he is and what an ass he is for being on TV doing all this stuff, to stop the unnecessary bullshit coming out of his mouth and other people, because all you're doing is causing more trouble than it needs to be. She is taking her time because she doesn't want to make mistakes in this case. They said she's doing such a great job, she could be on the Supreme Court one day. Why are you messing with her? Because you want a speedy trial. Excuse me, speedy trial is for the defendant, not the prosecution. Read your Constitution. Read the Bill of Rights. Read all the stuff that the Founding Fathers put out there. Because apparently, either you hadn't not read it, or you don't remember, or you took a copy of it and used it as toilet paper. And I wouldn't be surprised he has shit for brains. Okay? Because some of you do. You know who you are. The fact is, you decided to put this case in Florida. You had a jury, I think, from D.C. I don't know why you did that. Because if you had picked a jury in Florida to do this, you wouldn't even have a case. So, the fact is, Smith's appointment is now in question. And Meese, a former Attorney General of Ronald Reagan, is challenging that. Now the Trump team's challenging that. They want to know how is he getting paid, how is he having authority when he's not appointed by the president, nor he was confirmed by the Senate. So how is he managing to do this? It's beyond belief. These people got to stop talking shit. The judge is doing a good job. She's doing everything correctly. She's not doing anything wrong. All you're doing is unnecessary harassing her, trying to get a conviction to screw Trump with, like they did in New York. But unlike Florida, New York had consequences after the conviction. They lost the congested pricing that was supposed to take effect next Sunday collecting money for the NTA, but next Sunday you're not going to hear any noise coming from those machines because they're going to be sitting there silent. And it's causing upheaval politically up there. But it's no big deal in Florida because you got Ron DeSantis. So, sorry, that's how I see it. Some of these people need to shut the fuck up, get out of her way, let her do her job, and that'll be the end of it. And I don't know why you're harassing her when in fact is you're not harassing Chuckin to speed up her trial. You're not harassing the judge in Georgia to speed up their trial. You probably messed with the one in New York, but the one in Florida doesn't want to play ball with you because she's not one of those imbeciles that you can easily manipulate. So that's the end of that. Sal Can saying so long for now. Don't forget to stop and start listening to these idiots on television. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.